The teenage superstar Lachlan Galvin is getting extremely close to signing his contract for 2026. The West Tigers player decided to leave the club after rejecting a contract extension for 5 more years, which was worth between 5 to 6 million. He would announce he was going to leave at the end of his contract, which is 2026, because he wants to develop somewhere else. Now, Galvin and the head coach Benji Marshall, as well as other tensions with senior players, started a little bit of a drama. It eventually led to legal actions by Galvin's management, issued a legal letter to the Tigers alleging bullying and an unsafe work environment following his contract decision. Now, that's not what I'm here to talk about. In the last couple of days, he has met with the Parramatta Eels and the Canterbury Bulldogs. In this video, I'll go over a few points for each team, and at the end, I'm going to say who I think Lachlan Galvin will sign with. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so we're going to start with the Parramatta Eels, obviously my team. So we're going to go through some positives first. Both playmaker spots are very wide open, with no Gufson already been gone for a year, and now Dylan Brown leaving to the Knights in the start of 2026. Galvin could step in as a starting halfback or 5'8" immediately, so that's good for something for him. With Moses nearing the end of his career, I still think he's so young. The guy's 30, which really surprises me. But Galvin could be the long-term leader at the club. Obviously, he's only 19 years old right now, and he's going to be the future of wherever team he decides to join. There's no logjam in the spine anymore. He gets the keys early. Less competition for him eternally. He just gets in that team straight away, no matter what. He's shown that his talent at the Tigers, and if he joins the Eels here, he'll just get straight into that team. He's in 2 big contracts, then the ability to offer Galvin a solid deal. So for the Eels, they have cap space available to sign him. They're currently, I think they're talking about 750k. I didn't surely check it a bit more, but 750k he'd be earning, which is not as much as the Tigers were offering, but not bad. Now we're going to go on to some negatives. A massive rebuild phase. Guffo's already been gone for a season, and now Brown's gone as well. The team may struggle for a few years. But if you take about it from, which would have been yesterday, but 2 days ago from now, with game against Manly, without our best players, we were able to get that win. So yes, we might struggle for a bit, but there is a lot of potential there, and Galvin could be that final player that we need. Galvin might be stuck with a makeshift or young backline around him. Now, I think it was the Tigers, obviously, you get a little bit of pressure on him to be such a great player, and at the Eels, you'd have some of these older guys as well, that once they're gone, there's a good chance that he will be that main leader there, and it'll be a lot on his shoulders for someone who's only currently 19, and he'll be like 20, 21 eventually if he decides to play for the Eels, and he plays for a few seasons there. A lot on his shoulders at a very young age, and it is, as I was saying about the shoulders, very high pressure from the fans. He'd walk into a tough situation expected to perform as the team transitions, and is it something that he can deal with? I personally think so. I think he could definitely deal with it, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll go on to Canterbury now. Rising spine quality, Critchin, Mahoney and Burton, a stable and experienced group. This, guys, the Bulldogs are currently sitting number 1 on the table. They are the best team currently in the NRL. That's also a reason why Galvin might want to sign with the Bulldogs. If they're the best team in the league, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't he? Galvin could instantly be starting 7 and lead the side forward. Yes, this is the best team in the league, and he could join it and start just straight off the bat. So that's also something good for him. Bigger contract, but from what we've heard, it's also going to be 750k. So that's going to be the exact same contract, which really narrows it down to some smaller things. I forgot to mention the Eels has that new facility as well, so that could be adding to something. But back onto the Bulldogs, they have a really good roster right now. It's really good players, but when these guys go to Origin, they're still gonna be able to perform. I know that's coming in a completely year's time, but I'm sure Galvin might think about that when their player's not there. Can they still perform? Because we saw in a recent match against the Dolphins, they couldn't. They lost a few players out because of Origin, and they got destroyed by the Dolphins. So is that something, a bit of a bad thing? But also, I wanted to talk about the positives first. They have a really good roster, so take that as a big positive. Now, some negatives: constant pressure to win now. Media and fan expectations at Canterbury are huge. There's not much patience left. They're sitting at first right now. If they go on to win the Premiership this year, which is incredibly possible, Galvin will have so much on his shoulders, much more than leading Parramatta, but being one of the more leaders at a Premiership winning team. So I think that's one of the main things we've learned from today, that there will be a lot of pressure on Galvin's shoulders, so that could be something that really affects this. Still finding consistency, even with a strong team on paper, results haven't always matched the hype for the Bulldogs. As we saw against the Dolphins, I thought they would still win even though they had a few players off. They didn't. They got destroyed, and at any moment I feel like they could just lose. At any moment, any games, they could just lose and no one would have expected it. So they need to find that full consistency. Not saying they haven't had that, they've done really well. I think they have been quite consistent this season, but they find that full consistency for 2026 and for the rest of 2025. That's something they'll need to work on. And then with the Burton overlap, there's still some uncertainty over how Burton and Galvin would gel long term, but that's a less thing here. What else? Like, if we're going to compare training facilities, obviously Eels will take that win there. The brand new, the world's biggest rugby league training facility, and the Bulldogs, obviously not saying their facility's bad at all, but I'm just saying comparing it to the best in the world is always something. But if you think of it, the Eels, when recording, are sitting like 14th. They'll probably be 15th by the end of the match day, and then the Bulldogs will be sitting in first place. That's always something. And thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Put in the comments who you guys think Galvin will go to. Honestly, by the time this came out, you never know. Galvin could have already signed for one of these teams. I might be considering bringing this out a bit earlier, and if you're seeing this on a Saturday Sydney time, then that means I've decided to bring it earlier, because I have a feeling Galvin could make his decision anytime soon. But thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If anyone from Lachlan Galvin's agent or something sees this, DM me, because tell my work's good, because I'm super good. Okay, I nearly forgot. Thank you all so much to people join the Discord, link in the description, or join the Discord, and it's amazing. There's a great community on there, so I would suggest it. And that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it. See you guys next one. Goodbye.